Hi, I'm Gail.
And I'm David, and we're off on another walking adventure, actually. And this one has a military theme, doesn't it, Gail?
Yes, and I'd say an aviation theme as well.
Yes, and we're going in a giant loop that will take us past various aviation and military-themed spaces, and a lot of other interesting spaces as well.
So stay tuned and we'll tell you a little bit more about these places as we pass by.
Yeah.
This 30-kilometer walk is another walk in preparation for our trip to Japan, which is coming within days. So right now we're in Winnipeg on a lovely mid-September day. Leaves are changing, there's a nice cloudy sky, but no promise of rain. We're now passing the Asper Jewish Center, or campus. It was the site originally of part of the University of Manitoba, then Fort Osborne Barracks, a military center, and some of the old buildings have been incorporated into the current complex. Into the park we go. Behind me is the Leaf, the relatively new cutting-edge conservatory in Assiniboine Park. The current pavilion was built in 1930 as a replacement to one built in 1908 by my architect, who I'm writing a book about, John D. Atchison. Lamentably, Atchison's prairie-style pavilion was destroyed in a spectacular fire in 1929. This one is more of a Tudor Bavarian interpretation.
Yep, that's my mom.
We've left Assiniboine Park and are now walking through a pleasant residential neighborhood. That's a big hill for this city. Landscaping, I think. Well, we crossed under what is called the Morey Bridge, and now we are going to go over the bridge so that we can go over the Assiniboine River and onto that side of the bank and continue our journey. So this is the Red Knight. It was one of several planes that was used for aerobatic displays in Canada and the United States. The planes were flown by veterans of the Canadian Armed Forces, and this would be between 1958 and 1969. So this is one of those beauties, and it was donated to this part of Winnipeg, which is called St. James. It was once independent of the city, and it's in St. James that we have our Winnipeg International Airport. So there's always been this aircraft relationship. David and I are outside a little historic site called Grant's Mill. It's a replica of an old water mill that stood here, the first in northwestern Canada. And we just thought it would be a lovely place to sit and have our sandwiches for lunch.
So we've only gone about 10 kilometers so far. We're right here. We have come this direction, up along Sturgeon Creek. We're going to proceed up Sturgeon Creek, and it's quite beautiful actually, going through some suburban areas. And we're going right up to Saskatchewan Avenue here, and then crossing over where we'll then run into the Yellow Ribbon Greenway, which will take us back downtown more or less in that direction.
Oh dear. Yeah. Well. The paved trail is going in a direction now that we aren't. So David and I are going to go cross country following Sturgeon Creek. This is an important juncture on our route because we are at our most northerly and westerly part of the circuit. So we are at Saskatchewan Avenue. We're going to be crossing the bridge here on Sturgeon Creek, and from now on we're basically going to be going eastward.
So we're still just at the halfway point, but we've decided that we should be taking breaks now on our walks about once every hour, just to rest for about 10 minutes, get the load off of our backs and sip some water. We're in a particularly, I guess you could call it a fairly bleak part of the trail right now. It's just a straight line alongside of a road without too much relief. And of course, what was once a cloudy day is now a very, very sunny and hot day.
This panel describes the Yellow Ribbon Greenway Trail, the trail that we're currently on. So it started over here just after the creek, so we've been on it for a while. We're here. It's going to go all the way east to Ferry Road, and this is a residential area, and that's where we'll be heading off to our home. It's called Yellow Ribbon Greenway Trail because it honors the Canadian Armed Forces.
Once upon a time, the natural grassland spread all the way from here in southern Manitoba all the way down to Texas. And very little of that grassland, natural grassland, now remains. So in 1968, there was a huge study to find native plants in Manitoba. And in all of Manitoba, it turned out that this little area here had the largest portion of tall grass or prairies in all of the province of Manitoba. And this is right in the residential neighborhood of St. James. So since then it's been developed into a park, and it's called the Living Prairie Museum. And it's certainly worthwhile coming here just to explore the basically all the plants that the diverse natural plants that have thrived here for centuries and centuries.
To my left is 17-wing Canadian Forces Base in Winnipeg. Well, the walkway has now taken us to the runway approach of the Winnipeg International Airport, or the James Richardson International Airport as it's officially known. Now, it would be really exciting if a plane were taking off or landing at this moment. Unfortunately, no such luck, but you kind of get the idea. It's close and personal. David and I are on one of our hourly breaks, and it's convenient here in the enclave that is 17-wing, right beside a beautiful de Havilland CP-121 tracker.
There's quite a few other planes that are on display here at Wing 17, all worth exploring. Quite an interesting site, actually. This is the CF 1&1B Voodoo. There's the very cute Harvard MK4. And there's the Canadair CX 144 Challenger.
This trail also takes us past a community garden, and we just popped into it, but as you can see, it's adjacent to the international airport. Pretty cool. Well, it seems like we've run out of trail. So we are going to continue walking eastward, and we're going to find ourselves a nice street to go south towards our home. So follow us.
So we chose Berry Street to go down towards our house, and part of the reason was that this is the home of my barber, where I come to, and he's the person who's responsible for my my new haircut, which is nice and short, exactly the way I wanted for Japan.
Find ourselves now very close to home, and so this is really an appropriate place to say bye-bye because it's such a wonderful park setting.
Yes, it's been a really great trip. It's been about 24 kilometers long, and that's by the time we get to our home, which is very nearby. And yeah, I think this will be the last trip that we're doing before we leave for Japan, which is in, what, 2 days from now?
Sure is. So the next time we speak with you, it will be from Tokyo.
That's for sure, yeah. Looking forward to that for sure. We hope you guys are too. In the meantime, if you did like this video, then please, we'd love that thumbs up from you.
And really, don't hesitate to subscribe if you haven't already.
And we're always open to comments, so please use that comments area to tell us what you think.
So until next time.
In Japan, this
I'm
is
Gail.
David, and this is David saying goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.